Hi, welcome everyone. A lot of what we've talked about today is about information from different areas of the businesses, information from different sources, and how that really can come together. So what I want to talk to you today is about how data can come together for you in your business and about the refinement and processing of that data. So I'm going to talk to you today. The aim of the talk today is to be able to equip you with some of the questions that you really should be going back to your business and asking. Do I have the right data strategy so that you can leverage all of those assets within your business? And I'm going to talk to you today about three things. So the first thing is about what is big data. The second thing is going to be about a short case study. And the third thing is about knowing all of those things together, what are the questions that you should be taking away? So for a lot of people, big data means big numbers, and I think that's a pretty fair place to start. And people often look to the biggest data sources they can get to try and understand really what is the meaning of big data. One of our big numbers is 300 million deliveries in the financial year between 2013 and 2014. We have customers shipping all over the world, utilising pure play, utilising stores to ship from their stores in over 10 countries across multiple retailers. So that's a really, really big number. And we're really fortunate to have a lot of customers to be able to generate those kind of numbers. But I can actually go one better, an even bigger number. So £6.4 billion worth of e-commerce traffic was posted through our system in the same time period. And so, again, we're incredibly fortunate to have this number. But really, what does that number tell you, apart from a top-line bit of information? It's not really telling you anything extra than what it's already on the page, because this data is in a silo. Now, the silo is pretty big, and when we talk about competing together against Amazon, it's a great number to go up against Amazon with, and it's a great number to collaborate around with as well. But really, it's a number in a silo, and the real importance about data is about being able to link multiple different data sets together. So, that's the first bit that I wanted to talk about, just about a bit of positioning about where big data is. And the second bit that I want to go on to is a small case study about how we can look at data. So some of you may have seen the blog that we did for the event, which was the most romantic city in the UK for Valentine's this year. It was Guildford, if you can believe it. So we thought we'd do another little, topical one today. So this is about which city in the UK had the most Easter egg deliveries. And if you're looking at this as in a classic data strategy, you would say, so the first thing you would do is you would go, okay, by region, which were my biggest regions? So we can look here, these are the top 4 regions in the UK, and they represent over 50% of the volume that was shipped. So, that's important information. And if you're going to target your marketing to that, that's something that you'd want to know. But again, that's information in isolation. It's aggregated across multiple retailers. It's aggregated across multiple days. But it's again data in isolation. So if you want to bring this data alive, then what data could you link this possibly to? If we look to Easter eggs, then the other thing we can look at is if we link that to the obesity index in the UK. So which are the most obese cities, and are they ordering more or less Easter eggs in the UK? And this could be any sort of link. But so if we go through to the first one, so let's look at the healthiest cities in the UK. So these are cities that are in the top 10 deliveries of Easter eggs for the year, and they don't appear in the top 20 most obese cities in the UK. So we've got Reading, Brighton, and Peterborough. So again, I'm taking that data and now I'm saying something else about it. So maybe for those cities, you'd want to market, a healthier option for the egg, different type of packaging, different type of message when you're going on the product page, and then you're showing maybe some of the health benefits of a dark chocolate egg versus a milk chocolate egg, for example. So if we go on to the flip side, as there always is, so the least healthiest cities in the top 10. So these are cities that are in the top 10, but are also in the top 10 of the most obese cities. But, Birmingham, Newcastle, and Glasgow. So, what's this going to tell you? Okay, so could you take this information, could you combine it with something else? Is it obesity data? Is it, is it anything else? Is it to do with demographic data? Is it to do with other information? The important thing here is not these 3 cities. The important thing here is not just about the Easter egg, because it's interesting, but that's not the most important thing. The important thing is that the data becomes more alive the more things that you can link it with together. So that was the second area that I wanted to look at, which is a short case study. And then on to the third and final area. Absolutely, the value of the data is more important than just kind of these headline talks. So if you talk about these, just take these 6 questions back to your business now. So what does my consumer buy? But we're not looking at what does my consumer buy with me as a retailer. What do they buy across all retailers? And how much does that consumer spend? How does the effect of television or internet advertising have on that consumer? And how does it affect what they buy across multiple retailers across the year? Third, then, what is the value of that consumer to me as a business? The fifth thing, if you want to look at, is we have lots of companies now leveraging fixed assets, bricks and clicks kind of businesses, and they're trying to understand, should I invest any more money in my stores? So, for example, Toys R Us in Poland, they're not launching an e-commerce fulfillment center. They're going to ship all of their stock on our system to all of their customers from 9 stores in the area. So what they really want to understand is what's the value, what's the halo effect of having a DC, what's the halo effect of having a new store in a new area. And these are the kind of information which is only understood if you have multiple data sources within it. And then I think something that finally what we've talked about here is about the fast pace of change. And the fast pace of change cannot be underestimated in any context, because these bits of information, they're signals to your businesses, and signals change constantly. And the only way that you can interpret a signal is to have multiple signals into your business constantly and understand the value of them. And it's really inappropriate now to base that kind of information on 1 or 2 key signals. You have to go out there, you have to go after the data, and you have to get as many signals into your business as possible. So, in summary, there are the 3 areas that we covered: positioning of big data and where it is today, a small but hopefully useful case study, and the third thing is about some questions that you should be taking away. And so hopefully that has given you a flavour of the kind of questions and the kind of information you should be taking back to your businesses today. Thank you.